Hello, this is the Radio Geek, and today for you I have a little AM FM pocket radio. It's the Inlife multifunction pocket radio. It has a clock, an FM AM radio, and alarm. On the side here it says the features are radio, clock, alarm. Power supply is 2 AAA batteries, not included. Radio frequency FM 87.5 to 108 megahertz, AM 520 to 1710 kilohertz, 10 kilohertz step. Speaker output 0.40 millimeter, 8 ohm, 0.5 watt. Dimensions 98 by 61 by 21 millimeters. Made in China. All right. Let's see what we get in the box. Alright. Get our instruction manual, which folds out. And it's in a multitude of languages. It's really only about the first little sheet and a half here is in English. Everything else is a different language, so it's got like 10 or 12 different languages it looks like. It's fairly easy to use though. I think you can figure it out probably even without the manual. It's not too bad looking of a little pocket radio. I got this radio on Amazon. It was I believe $6.99, but you know how Amazon is, prices can change. Get the little screen protector there on the display. Well, that makes it look a little nicer, doesn't it? Alright, well, the buttons are, we have a power button, a FM AM band select button, a lock button to lock the buttons, so if you put it in a suitcase or your pocket or something, it won't hit one of these buttons and do anything. We have a time/memory plus button, an alarm scan button, a volume minus, volume plus. It's one of those digital volume things where it increments by a certain amount. Not a big fan of those. I really like the wheel, the pot that you can get down really low. I like that a lot better, but that's the way this radio came. On the side here we have the up and down as far as you're traveling up and down the band, whatever band you have, either AM or FM. You have a stereo headphone jack up here, and the wrist strap is the FM antenna. And I'm not really a big fan of that either, but it actually seems to work fairly good for what it is. The clock can be either 12-hour or 24-hour clock. It has an alarm which you can set to either wake you up with the radio, or you can be woken up by the radio or the buzzer. You can pick that when you set the alarm. So it does have some nice features. It does not have a sleep timer, however, which a lot of these little radios do, but for, you know, $7, what can you expect? It does run on 2 AAA batteries. I played with it a little bit last night with AM and FM, and AM is it's not too bad. I mean, it's not a stellar DXer by any stretch, but it'll pick up your locals with no problem, and it'll even pick up some very strong distant stations. I live in Michigan, and you know I could pick up stations in Chicago, WBBM, and some of the other stations over there, WGN. Also some ones that aren't that far away, Kalamazoo, WKZO, and WJR Detroit. I was able to pick up Zoomer Radio and WCBS in New York, and WABC. KDKA and WBZ and WHO. So KMOX and WOWO in Fort Wayne. So not too bad considering it's a low-cost radio. I did discover something about the radio, and I don't know if it's a flaw in this particular radio or if they're all this way. But if you're listening to a radio station, let's say I'm listening to WGN and I've got it at a normal volume that I'm going to listen at, and I just have it sitting there, and all of a sudden it'll get really quiet. I mean, you can hear it, but it's like really quiet. Then all of a sudden it just boom, bursts back up to normal volume again. At first I thought this was, when I was looking and scanning some other stations, I thought it was like if you got a weak station, the volume was decreased, and then if it picked up a stronger signal, it would kind of like, kick the audio in, and it would go up to a higher volume. But I just had it sitting there playing, and it did that. So I don't know if there's something wrong with this particular one or if they're all that way. We'll turn it on and see if we can get it to do that on camera here, and see what that sounds like. But we won't do too much scanning around here, but we'll just kind of give you an idea of it. You just hold the power button in for a couple of seconds there, and it says on. Alright, we'll turn it up a little bit.
Abundant sunshine, a high of 60. Saturday, sun and clouds early.
720 WGN Chicago.
During the afternoon and evening with a high of 64. Right now we have O'Hare 60, Midway 62, Flossmoor 62, along the lakefront also 62. I'm Kim Gordon, WGN News. It's the Rocon Show with Anna.
So then you can use these buttons on the side to increment. And it's 10 kilohertz steps, which is nice. I don't believe there's a way to change it to 9. It must be just whatever radio you order, if that's what you're getting, that's what it'll be. There's no way to change it as far as I know. WBBM. And then there's a scan function which will automatically put channels into memory, and as near as I can tell, let me turn this down here. As near as I can tell, there are 20 memory channels, because on the AM it finds the strong ones, so it maybe got, I don't know, 10 or so. When I did FM, however, it found 20 and then stopped, and I was only halfway through the FM band, so it must be 20 is the limit. So I don't believe there, according to the manual, there's any way to tune into something and then set that as a memory. I think it's only just scan the band, whatever you find, put it into memory. At least that's the way it appears to be anyway. So we'll do that. We'll just start it scanning and see what it finds here. It will automatically start at the bottom of the band regardless of where you are and work its way up. So we'll do that for the AM band here. You just push and hold, and then it starts scanning. You can see it scanning there, and it kind of hesitates a little bit when it finds one, and then up in the corner there's a little number that is the memory channel that it's put it in. And then once you have your memories scanned, you can push the memory plus button, and you can walk your way through the channels that it found. Now I had scanned this, like I say, the night before, and I think there was like 10 stations or so. This is a little earlier in the evening, so, and there might be some interference with the camera and the lights, so maybe not getting as many right now. Let me turn it up here. So I'll hit the memory plus button.
And if you are listening to WGN Extra, you listen to... And went through that, and that was the turning point for us.
See, that was like a local station, so at a stronger signal, and the volume seems to be a lot higher for that. Like, I can still hear it pretty well, and I'm on like 17 or 18, but if I go to one of the weaker ones, let me get back to WGN here. Okay, it found 12 stations, 13. 16 stations it said. Okay. Well, maybe it did find more than I thought. Okay. See, I'm on 720 now, and you can't even hear it. And on 1300, which was local, you could hear it really well. But anyway, like I said earlier or yesterday, I had it just like it is, just listening to it, and at a you know a comfortable volume, and then it kind of just got real quiet, and then it just popped back again to full volume, or not full volume, but loud again. So I don't know if that's a flaw in this particular one, or if they're all that way, like I say. But I guess I would say if that's just a flaw with this one, it's not a bad little radio for $7. You can't really expect a whole lot for $7, but I'd say all in all, it's decent for the price. But if they all have that flaw where the volume does that, then I guess I'd say, well, I don't know about it, because that can be annoying. And then I would imagine if you had headphones on, that would just pretty much blow your your ear off. Maybe, I don't know. I didn't try that, but we'll flip it over to the FM band here.
That's promo code 53.
It's got much louder volume on FM for whatever reason. And I've already got some stations in the memory here, so I'll just push that and cycle through a few of them here. Yeah, it does pretty good. I mean, this is the antenna. This wrist strap has a, I guess, well, one half of it feels like it's got like a piece of wire in it, and then the other half on this side, I don't think it goes all the way around anyway. It doesn't feel like it, but maybe it does. I don't know. It's pretty thin wire. Anyway, the wrist strap is the antenna.
And you're right, but then
Saturday and Sunday.
Online skills test. On ABC, 2 or 3 years.
Wow, I can't believe I'm avoiding music like that on FM. Oh, there's music. I won't dwell too long here. Okay.
on the topics that others.
So, like I say, all in all, not a bad little radio for $7. I don't know that you can find it on Amazon. You could try searching for the Inlife brand. It does not have a model number, as near as I can tell, on the box or anything, so not sure what the model number would be. Anyway, I thought I'd take a look at some cheaper radios and see what you can get for little money. And at this one being a $7 radio, and it's got a clock in it, and an alarm, and AM/FM radio, little pocket guy, little belt clip on the back too, just a couple of AAA batteries. Not too bad. So until next time, this is the Radio Geek.